Hey, it's Jared with Gear and Light. Today we're going to take a look at a small slider called the Zeapon, or I think it's Zeapon, like weapon, but with a Z. So this is their Micro 2 slider, and it has some neat features, and it's also very inexpensive. So if you're looking for a good slider that is manageable in size, that doesn't break the bank, this is a great option. So it powers off of a Sony NP battery, so very simple to pick these batteries up, and they provide a really long run time on the slider. I'm going to go ahead and power it on with the button right here, and we can control it from a smartphone app. So I'm going to open up my phone and open up the app, and right here you can see it already found the Micro 2 module. We're going to go ahead and connect it. And from here we have all sorts of controls for video and time-lapse, and we can move the slider around very easily like so. There's also additional modules for tilt, follow focus, and rotate. If we had those modules, we'd be able to control those. So we can go back and forth. And what's nice about this is that it goes beyond its length. As you can see here, it's double the length that it is in storage. And so when it's right in the middle, it can actually double its length to each side, which is awesome. So you're getting a lot of throw here for a small slider size. So we can easily go in also and create time-lapse moves. So we can set it to trigger the camera if we have the appropriate cable plugged in, which I do not. But we can set it for time-lapse, and there are modes here even for exposure noise reduction, which allows the move to complete for a second before it actually takes the picture, so that way there's no movement while it's actually taking the picture. But in video mode, what's really neat is that we're able to create these different moves, and so I can position the slider, let's say for example over here, so I'll do my best to get all this in camera. We can position the slider here and do a ramp in. So we can go ahead and create that, and then I can move the slider over this way and then create a second position, and I can control the ramp speed as you can see here. And then when I'm ready, I can hit play, and it's going to go ahead and take it back to that position, and then based on the amount of seconds that I have set here, it will perform the move. So now I can go ahead and have it perform that move. So it's going from left to right. And because I have this ramp up, you could see here, I'll make it more extreme. It's going to start out really slow, and then it's going to ramp up faster. I think that's pretty cool that you can set all this up. And there's 5 positions in here, and then of course you can slide beyond those positions as well. So you can also control recording from the camera if you have the appropriate cables connected. This little slider, let's just walk around it now that we've looked at the app. It comes with a ball head. I switched out the ball head for a little bit stronger of a ball head, but it comes with a ball head, so you could position this in any way that you want. It also has the ability to lock, and so these little locks right here, you squeeze these together and it actually locks in position, so that way you can travel with it and not have to worry about any issues with the slider, kind of coming loose or anything getting damaged. I'm going to go ahead and remove the camera from it really quick. And it has feet. This particular model comes with the base kit here, which has legs that you can extend out and rubber feet that are really nice. And you can actually unscrew these as well if you would like to kind of adjust the height. So if you're on kind of an uneven surface, you can do that. These move all the way out and around, and then of course they fold in and tuck, so that way they are out of the way. It also has a 1/4-20, and then if you remove the insert, the 3/8 I believe, and you can mount tripod to that and mount this to any tripod. It's not very heavy. It is a little heavier on this end, and because I have a large battery on it, of course it's going to make it weigh a little bit more on that end. But as you saw, like I had the camera go pretty much the full distance each way, and it didn't tip over. The span of the feet that come out do a pretty good job of keeping this thing sturdy. And so this is a great option for anybody who wants a tabletop solution or even something they could throw on a tripod really quick. This is something that's easily you could travel with. It comes with a little neoprene cover that you can use, and this would fit nicely into most backpacks, small carry-on bags and stuff like that. So I have to say I'm pretty impressed. For the price, I wasn't expecting a whole lot, but this has really surprised me, and it has quite a bit of a payload. The biggest setup that I had on here was a Sony a7S III with a monitor attached to the top of it and a pretty good size lens. So obviously balancing your camera on here is going to become a little bit of an issue. You may need to utilize something a little bit larger than a ball head, or you may need to put some sort of adjustable bracket on it so that you can try and balance the weight of the camera centered to the mounting point. And that would be a tip that I think is important, because as the camera is moving back and forth, if it is out of balance, it's going to tend to chatter a little bit. And it's not because of the slider, it's because of how much weight you have on one side versus the other. So I recommend getting some sort of a slidable plate, even if it's like a tripod plate receiver that you can mount on here, and then that way you can move the camera back and forth and balance it appropriately. Other than that, I think this is a fantastic little device. Here is where you would plug in a remote USB-C. You can even charge it. It does come with its own battery, a smaller battery. I just went with the larger battery because sometimes I'll just be running it and letting it go back and forth and do its moves multiple times. I want to make sure I don't run out of battery. So very nice looking device, very strong for its size, and I think the price, you just can't beat it. So make sure to check out the link down in the description below so you can see the prices for this. There are different variations. You can get it just as the slider itself without the feet and the mounting bracket on the bottom. I've seen it also with a bunch of other accessories and whatnot. So just click on the link that I have down below and you can see all the different options that are available on Amazon. So yeah, the Zeapon Micro 2 slider, awesome. Good for the price. I think it's a great buy. So check it out and let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. Take care.